mindset is everything. So a lot of people have the mindset that there are a lot of things out there that are beyond their control. And yes, there are. You can't control who your parents are. You can't control the conditions of your birth. You can't control how you were raised. You can't control your genetics. But at a certain point, there are some things you can control. And the mindset shift that changes everything, in my opinion, is that you can control yourself and you can make decisions and have a little agency. Our choices are what lead us, are what that make us, or at least a significant part of us. After you take out the uncontrollables those that I just listed, like the things that are beyond your control. And also the mindset of framing something in a way that you prefer to look at it as. So, me, for example, I could easily say that I'm single because nobody wants me. When I actually look at my life objectively or take a step back, I chose not to engage in activities that would have led to meeting someone. I chose not to go to any college parties. I chose not to do any activities. I chose to live my life in a way where I just went straight home and played video games, whether it was after middle school, high school, college. I say middle school because that's when you start to have a little more personal agency, where you can like choose activities and such like that. Because I don't remember right at the start if I chose to do Cub Scouts or not. I might have chosen, I might have expressed interest, but then things changed over time. I know for a fact I didn't particularly choose to play youth soccer or in kindergarten or the first couple of years of elementary school. But after I abandoned all extracurricular activities, it is starting in middle school. Yeah, I made the choices. I chose not to partake in my theater's college, in my college's theater program, is what I meant to say. Even when I was invited to do so after lending my voice to one of their plays. No, really, I did. That actually happened. It's because it would have involved doing things at night, and I've mentioned in the past how I feel about doing work or school things at night that you don't particularly care for, that aren't yours. Like, for example, I would happily do YouTube stuff into the night because this is something I want to do. This is something I would choose to do. Whereas if I, whereas back then I felt it was part of the school thing. I was like, I don't do school things after, well, initially it was like 4 p.m. because, yeah, about 4 p.m. because that's when I finished doing my, that's typically when I was finished with my homework in middle school and high school when I started the second I got home or after a quick snack. And then in college, that was 15 minutes after most classes ended, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I was usually done by like either 11:30, 11:20, or 12:20, maybe 1:20 at the latest. No, 12:20 was usually the latest because on Wednesdays the teachers had their faculty meeting. You get the idea. But yeah, I would choose to do homework until 4 o'clock, and then I was free to do whatever I wanted. I made the choice not to get my driver's license until I didn't even get my learner's permit until I turned 18 because I chose to stand in solidarity with my friend who wasn't allowed to get his until he was 18 because his mom didn't trust teen drivers. So that's why I didn't get my driver's license till I was 20 because I chose to give up at a certain point until I got a call say, when I was 19 saying that I had still had the lessons to do, which was over a year and a half after I actually did the classroom classes during April vacation, which I chose to do that week. I think you're seeing a pattern here. Now you could now someone could say my friend is the reason that I didn't get my driver's license till I was 18. No, I was 20 when I got my driver's license. I didn't get my learner's permit until I was 18. Pretty sure in all of those there are other things I could point to where factors beyond my control came into play. But no, I made those choices. The activities, uh, the choice not to partake in extracurricular activities and just do homework right when I got home so I could play video games. It would be kind of a stretch to say that it was factors beyond my control. I made the choice to do all that. No one was twisting my arm one way or another. Sure, a lot of people told me that I should play football, which I did not want to do. That's a topic for another day, though. But anyway, that's the mindset shift that changes everything. That really helps out. Like again, I made choices that led to me being single. You could say I chose to be single, and you're right to an extent, but I actually can't think of any external factors. Comment down below if there are any external factors that you can think of that, yes, the market, it has in a lot of ways the market is broken. So there's that. But ultimately, I choose not to partake anymore because I don't know. Uh, I'd rather play or just do my own thing. Yeah, I could choose to look back on that and be like, oh, everything's beyond my control. Uh, I was made this way. Okay, I was shaped a little by the fact that my my friend couldn't get his learner's permit till he was 18. Uh, but I made the choice to stand in solidarity with him instead of making the choice to be like, well, my parents are okay with me getting my permit at 16. I'm not going to wait around. No, I made the other choice. I'd say for the most part, I stand by it because what did I really have to do? What really was there to do that I couldn't accomplish by walking? Sure, it would have saved me a bit of time. Like, let's say that I got my license before I turned 17. Senior year really would have cut down a lot on the travel time from walking home on the days that I was able to leave early because you get to leave early on study hall. We have study hall the last period of the day. We had a rotating schedule, so those were the days. That was a nice little bonus. They were among the senior privileges, many of which were many of which had vanished over the years because, well, they would have said that it's because the school was no longer fun, or because some previous class ruined it for everyone, which, yeah, you could say is true, but I think it's more because of increased liabilities. Like, the school has to uh, have the students in there until a certain point. That and the school buses have contracts with the schools for specific times, which was why I remember half days they didn't have any. Why the school buses just ran at the same time they usually do. So I think I'm going to leave it here for the video. Comment down below how you try to look at things as your choice instead of blaming external factors, or if you really can blame external factors for something, eh, and where you have zero agency over beyond the ones that I mentioned in the video already. I'd love to hear it. Your feedback would mean a lot to me, so give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos, and I will see you soon.